Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. And I'm going to do a top 10 Jim Croce songs. I did a Jim Croce deep dive this last week, so I like to follow up with the top 10 favorite songs. And man, only 3 albums, but man, there are so many great songs. I think all 3 albums are really good. And so you get a little bit of, you get songs from each album, in fact, on this list I have. But it goes without saying, the acoustic guitar playing is just so amazing on all these songs. And these are all more of his, either slow ballads or, I say slow ballads, more of his ballads or his maybe more upbeat pop songs. Not more of his upbeat rock songs aren't on here. Like, I love the more just, I don't know, a little more, yeah, nice folk ballad type songs. Again, so the guitar playing is so good. I mean, because the 2 guitar players, Jim Croce and Mary Mulhausen, man, it's so good. So I'm probably going to repeat myself and say, man, I love the guitar playing on these songs. It is so good. Amazing melodies. Jim Croce just kills on these vocals here. Great writing as well. There's a lot of heartbreaking songs and also some love songs in here as well. That's kind of the range I got on this list anyways. But yeah, so let's get to top 10. Number 10, I got Alabama Rain. This comes off of the album Life and Times. This is actually a favorite of my mom's. I remember my mom always talking about this song, and she loves the song. It's probably her top 10, top 5 favorite Jim Croce songs. And yeah, it's great. Again, like I said, the guitar playing absolutely amazing, great melody. Actually, some interesting harmony, or some actually pretty good harmonies as well. I don't know who else is singing on this album or this song. As far as the song goes, it seems to be about, and I feel like Jim Croce does this quite a bit because I love these type of songs where he's kind of almost reminiscing about the past and talking about like a former love that he had, a former girlfriend, you know, and the good times he had with them. And that's what kind of this is about. He's talking a lot about, you know, hanging out with this girl and doing all these fun things, laughing, drinking beer. He even talks about, and just, you know, being by, you know, the lake or whatever, being on the countryside. And he talks about, and so the chorus, he talks about walking, and he ends it with talking about walking through the Alabama rain. So, you know, he's talking about like these romantic moments of walking in the rain with this girl that he really loves. But it's kind of, there's a little bit of sadness to it because he does kind of talk about like, he says something like, I don't know what happened, you know, but he kind of misses these times he had with this girl. And so something happened there where he's not with this girl anymore, and he kind of looking back at these great times he had with her anyway. So, but yeah, wonderful, wonderful song, Alabama Rain, number 10. Number 9, we got Dreamin' Again, which also comes off the Life and Times. Another absolutely excellent song. And this is another kind of heartbreaking kind of song of missing a loved one. It's kind of a similar thing. But he writes it in the idea of that he had a dream, because he says, I had a dream last night. He kind of starts it off, you know, where I was with you and we were doing this and that, you know, and then it kind of ends with he woke up and he realized he was just dreaming again, you know. So there's again a very good, nice sadness to this that he does very well, and it kind of really great pictures this moment. Like, I've had those moments in my life where I have them all the time where I have a really good dream. And then I wake up and I realize, oh my gosh, it was a dream. That sucks because I wish I can go back to that dream. That dream was so great. And life isn't so great. So it's like, man, you have those moments where you really miss those dreams. Anyway, so yeah, it's a really nice, heartbreaking kind of song about missing somebody that you're in love with and they're not there anymore and you're just dreaming about them, you know, but you woke up and there's kind of sadness that they're not around anymore. Anyway, so yeah, another really lovely song. Great, again, another great acoustic song, kind of acoustic ballad here. Really great stuff. That's number 9. Number 8, I got Next Time, This Time, which is also off of Life and Time. So interesting, these last the 10 through 8 are actually the only songs I have from that album. So those are my 3 favorite songs off of that album. So this is my favorite song off of Life and Times. And Next Time, This Time is a song about kind of breaking up with a girl and being done with her. I mean, like, there's no next time. That's kind of the way he says it in the song. It's like, there's not going to be a next time this time. It's kind of funny play on words there, but kind of saying this girl was no good. She was a pain, and so he's like, goodbye, there's not gonna be a next time. You're gone, and good riddance. Kind of, it's almost a diss song for an ex-girlfriend. Like, man, I'm glad to get rid of you. There's not gonna be next time. I guess it almost kind of points at like maybe she wants to get back together or something like that. And he's like, no, forget it. I'm done with you. That kind of song. And so I like it for that. That's like, because again, I've had those moments where you had a girlfriend, and then when you broke up, you're kind of relieved. You're like, oh my gosh, that was such a terrible relationship. So glad to get rid of that person. Goodbye. Don't want to. Anyways, and in fact, in the song, he says, I'm going to forget your name. I'm going to forget your pretty face. I'm going to write this off as a big mistake. Great lines. I felt that before in my life as well. So great here. Number 8, Next Time, This Time. Number 7, we got Lover's Cross, which comes off the I Got a Name album. And yeah, this is kind of similar to the last song, actually. It's another song about kind of breaking up with somebody, and somebody who was, it was just too much for you, or you were never good enough for them. They're just after you all the time. And he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna bear that lover's cross anymore, is what he says in the song. Like I'm done, I'm making all these sacrifices for you or whatever. I'm done dealing with your behavior, It's like, I'm not gonna be a martyr. He talks about not being a martyr and all this stuff. And again, another great chorus of, he says, tables are meant for turning, and something about something change. And then it says, bridges are made for burning. So I love that rhyming for turning and burning. And something about memories and something have changed. I don't know. Anyway, so it's like things have changed. I can't be with you anymore. Goodbye. So it's kind of a similar song. Again, just love the guitar playing. Really love the acoustic ballad here. Number 6, we have New York's Not My Home, which comes off of the You Don't Mess Around Jim album, my favorite album of his. And I got a lot of his songs, or a lot of my favorite songs of his are on that album. But New York's Not My Home, such a cool song. And it's even cooler when you learn about the backstory behind Jim Croce, as I talked about in my deep dive, that Jim Croce and his wife, they're from the Philadelphia area in Pennsylvania. He's trying to make it big, and so he was convinced to move to New York to try to make it big in the music business, because he had a friend that he went to school with in Villanova that kind of got him, some jobs there playing music. And so he went to New York, and then after about 2 years, he was like, I don't like living in New York, and I'm not going anywhere in the music business. So he's like, I want to go back to Pennsylvania. So they moved back to Pennsylvania. So the song is very autobiographical, which I didn't realize until I did the deep dive, because he's really speaking from the heart. Like when he was in New York, he just didn't feel at home, and the song kind of talks about that. But it's another just beautiful song. Oh my gosh. And that chorus, I gotta get out of here. I feel so alone. I gotta get out of here. New York's not my home. And I love how all the instruments kind of drop off as he sings that last part. New York's not my home, and then back to that guitar. Oh, beautiful guitar playing again. And yeah, just this song about talking about how New York's too crowded, and and all this, and he just, like I said, just doesn't feel. He says, I'm not fine. He talks about, and I'm just not fine here, and it's just almost like he's depressed being here in New York. No offense to anybody that lives in New York and you love New York, but that's just his feelings, I guess. And me coming from Kansas, I probably wouldn't feel at home in New York either. I'm used to the countrysides and the small town, kind of, feeling, and not the big city feeling. I'm not into at all. So very interesting. But yeah, again, so good. One of my favorites here. Number 6, New York's Not My Home. Number 5, and I say, like, New York's, I don't know if any of these are big hits. The number 5, though, was a big hit for him. That is, I'll Have to Say I Love You in a Song, which is off the I Got a Name album. Again, absolutely excellent song up there. Again, like I said, really great hit for him. Really great love song here. And I feel like most songs I like on here are the more depressing, kind of longing songs of, heartbreak and stuff. But this is a nice love song. He's trying to, doesn't can't find the words to say to his loved one, and he says, but he's good at writing songs, so he says, like, I try to say these words, but they don't come out right. And he says, I guess I'll have to say I love you, or I'll have to say I love you in a song, saying, I don't know, he's having a hard time speaking to this person, but yet he's really good at writing these love songs, I guess. So again, speaking kind of biographical about himself as such a good songwriter. So it's kind of cool that way. That he kind of plays into his real life, maybe in some sense. But yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. Again, great love song. Number 5, I'll have to say I love you in a song. And then number 4, we got my favorite song off of the album, I Got a Name, and that is the title of that album, I Got a Name. Another big hit for him as well. But man, that intro's so good. The guitar's coming in and the bass playing is really good as well. Dun 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 dun, whatever. It's just so melodic, and he's talking about, I think he's trying to talk about, not giving up and trying, I got a name, and I forget now, I'm trying to think of the lyrics here, but, and he says, I'm roaming, or I'm moving down the highway, rolling down the highway. No, I forget if I can remember the lyrics, but something about won't let time pass me by. Then bum 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 bum. Oh, that's so great! I love when he finished that chorus and the music, just the guitars playing and the bass. Oh my gosh, so good when they're playing together at that kind of theme of the song over and over again. So good. That's why I love the song so much. Why it gets into number 4, but I just love that I got a name. Bum 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 bum. I got a name. I got a name. I don't know. Oh, it's so good, so catchy. He talks about it's the name that my daddy had or something, and rolling down the highway, don't let life pass me by. Boom, boom. Anyways, so good. Definitely have to check this out. I Got a Name at number 4. And number 3, oh my gosh, the top 3 are like some of my favorite songs of all time. I mean, these are so good. Number 3, Operator. That's how I feel. I just call it Operator. But this comes off of the You Don't Mess Around with Jim album. Here, number 3, definitely another big hit of his. Again, it's probably my favorite guitar playing of all the songs. Especially, I'm guessing Mari Malhausen is really just killing it on the acoustic guitar, playing these really great licks on there, these really high notes. Oh, it sounds so great with Jim's playing as well. And dun 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 dun, and I just love the song. The whole idea of the song is so great. Oh my God, it's one of the best written songs. Where he said, "Operator, can you help me connect this call?" Bum 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 bum. Ah, so good. And he's talking to the operator back in the day when there's an actual operator person I think you can call if you can't find a number and you're trying to call somebody, you can somehow get I know it's of course another era where we don't do that anymore. But so he's talking, the whole song, he's talking to this phone operator saying, I'm trying to get with my ex-girlfriend, I'm trying to get her number. And he kind of talks about how this girl, he left him for his former best friend, Dave, I think it was, something like that. So he's like, wow, it's like, what a heartbreak, His girlfriend leaves him for his best friend, who's not his best friend anymore. And they moved to LA, I think, or something like that. So she moved across the country, and he's trying to tell her, I want to call her to tell her that I'm fine and I've moved on with my life, But then as you kind of dissect the lyrics, you kind of realize that he's lying. He's not fine. He's heartbroken. He has not moved on from this relationship. He's not, but he wants to put on a good face, as you do when a girlfriend breaks up with you or you break up with your girlfriend, you want them to think that you're doing fine. You want to think that I'm happy. I have no problem, and a lot of times you want to get another boyfriend or girlfriend to make the other one jealous. Go, look, I got another one. I got a girlfriend that's better than you, That's, the whole mindset after a breakup. So I think he's trying to put on this brave face, but he talks about, I love in one lyric, he says, I have, he's crying, but but instead of admitting that he's crying, he says, he says, I need this number. I can't see it very good because he's like crying. So he's like, I can't see it very good. There must be something in my eye. And, that whole thing of, I'm not crying. There's just something in my eye. He says, there must be something in my eye. It happens all the time. He says, something in my eye happens all the time. But what really is happening is he's crying because he's still heartbroken over this broken relationship, So I think it's just beautifully written. I love that, how he writes that, where you kind of get the idea of what's going on with this guy. But, and he says, in the chorus, again, he talks more about, and I'm trying to think of the chorus in my head here. But he's, again, trying to make this feeling of like, I'm over you and all this, but, he says, if only I can convince myself that it wasn't real, but that's not the way I feel. It's kind of the way at the end. So he's saying, if only, it's like, I'm fine and all this, and I took it well. If only I can, and I'm taking it well, if only the words I say can convince myself. So good. In other words, he's saying, yeah, I'm well, but I'm really not. I can't convince. I'm telling you I'm well, but the words, I can't believe in the words I'm saying because I am not well, but I'm trying to pretend that I'm well. Oh, so great. I love the lyrics here. And again, some of the most incredible guitar playing, I think, acoustically. And Jim's such great vocals. I even love at the end, he's going through this, trying to call his girlfriend. And then finally at the end, he says, operator, just forget this call. There's really nobody I want to talk to. So he kind of comes around to going, you know what, on second thought, I don't want to talk to my ex-girlfriend. I just want to kind of forget her, and that's how I move on anyway. So I love that, how the whole story kind of goes around that way. And he says, thank you for the time. You can keep the dime and all this anyway. So yeah, amazing song, Operator, number 3. Number 2, we got Photographs and Memories from the You Don't Mess Around with Jim album. Another one. This is one that's really, man, what a great discovery I had. I remember, I've known the song for a little while now, but I remember the first time I got into Jim Croce, and I didn't know anything about his, I only knew his big hits and stuff like that. I came across this song, like I said, this might have been like 15 years ago. I don't know. I came across this song one time, and I was like, oh my gosh, how is this not a big hit for Jim Croce? This song is so amazing. Again, it's another kind of reminiscing heartbreak song I absolutely love from Jim Croce. I think it really hits me emotionally. Maybe that's why I love these songs that have, this sense of loss that, I felt in my life. And so I kind of connect with it a little bit better. But again, it's a song about, again, I love the acoustic guitar playing in here. The dun 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 dun. I'm not doing it right, but I can't do it for service, but you have to listen to it. That guitar, and it goes, photographs and memories, all this something that you gave to me. Bum 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 dun 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 dun. So good. And basically he's talking about again, a girl that left him or something, or he's not with her. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we know exactly what happened, but he's looking at the photographs of him and his like former girlfriend, or he's looking at these photographs, and just, all these memories are coming by. He says, oh boy, did we have a good time way back when. He says, morning walks and bedroom talks. Oh, how I loved you then. Oh, such good lyrics. Really pictures that, it paints that picture of, oh yeah, you cherish those little moments that you have with your, ex-girlfriend or whatever that you had at that one time. I'm saying ex, I don't know if it's an ex-girlfriend, but I'm just making, that seems like maybe what's going on here. Could be someone who died, who knows, but yeah, you just cherish all those little things in life, of walking and holding hands, and those moments in the bedroom where you just get to have honest conversations. Yeah, those are the greatest moments you have in relationships. And so he's kind of remembering, all those memories are coming in as he's looking at these photographs. Just a really, really beautiful song about, reminiscing about the past. I absolutely love these type of songs, as you can see. So that's why it's number 2 on here. Number 1 of the biggest hits he ever had. Still, again, one of the greatest songs of all time. I would say, it's in my top 10, probably top 5 greatest love songs of all time, and that is Time in a Bottle. This also comes with You Don't Mess Around with Jim. So 4 songs off the You Don't Mess Around with Jim has the most songs on it, and the top 3 all came from that album. That just tells you. And when I get to that in my top 100 favorite albums list, it's pretty high on my list. I mean, just say it is one of the greatest folk albums of all time. Absolutely. And one of my favorite albums of all time. Love it. Love that album. Anyways, as you can tell. But yeah, Time in a Bottle. Oh my gosh, what an amazing love song. Again, love the acoustic guitar at the beginning. I can't do it. I'm trying to do it. Bum, 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 bum. If I had time in a bottle. Oh, so beautiful. I love how that guitar plays, ends, and he comes in with that. Oh my gosh, so good. And in between, and every time he like finishes like a sentence, like bum 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 bum. So good. And yeah, basically he's talking about, if I had time in a bottle, if I can freeze time, I would spend all my time with. He's like, if I had all the time in the world, I would want to spend it with you, you know. And also, like, I'd love to stop time because I just want to be with you. I don't want all these, you know, getting older and all this stuff. I just want all my time to be with you. It's so good. I mean, he talks about, if I had a box full of wishes and dreams that never came true, the box would be empty except for the ones that were answered by you. Oh, so good. Saying how much, I mean, oh my gosh, when I hear the song, I just go, oh my gosh, really, that really expresses, you know, a really profound love with somebody that you just, and I love the chorus again. I looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to spend time with, or something like that. Oh, so good, you know. I looked, like he's saying, like, I've been around it long enough to know that, you know, time is precious, and you're the person I want to spend the most time with. You know, if I could, I want, you know, so perfect as a love song. You know, I can't imagine his wife must have been, you know, like I said, he's writing some of the best love songs ever. Like, I imagine his wife was pretty happy with that. Anyways, and it also was a great song. Like I said, it went #1 after he died, because it does kind of, because it's so sad that he died at age 30, and you go, oh my gosh, you know, you don't know how much time you have left on this earth, and so you want to cherish those moments, and, you know, you wish time would stop and you just spend it with your loved ones, but unfortunately time keeps going, and all that. Anyways, but yeah, absolutely beautiful song, wonderfully written song, guitar playing, one of the most perfect songs ever made. Anyway, so yeah, that's my #1, Time in the Bottle for Jim Croce. That's my top 10. So I want to say some honorable mentions. One Less Set of Footsteps, Dreaming Again, The Hard Way Every Time, These Dreams, It Doesn't Have to Be This Way, and A Long Time Ago. Also really excellent songs that barely missed out. But yeah, most of his big hits were in my top 10, I would say. So definitely check these top 10, or check these songs out. I can't imagine you can't love them. I don't know who doesn't like Jim Croce. I just don't understand how you couldn't. It's just so good. But yeah, feel free to comment what's your favorite Jim Croce song. Love to hear your comments on what you think about these lists, what I picked for the top 10. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys commenting, and just thank you for watching the video. Thank you for liking it. And thank you to all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all, and hope you have a good day.